to the second night of the month, right? Tonight's class, craftiness of the wicked, man. And we definitely want to bring this class out because it goes along with the times that we're living in, man. You know, goes with the times that we're living in, things that we're seeing on the news. I mean, out in public. The news meaning what, on TV? We call it the idiot box.
Mm-hmm.
Public programming. You know, and that leads into what? The famine of the word. All right. So craftiness of the wicked, man. We just gonna go ahead and first of all, let's go right to just to get an understanding. Craftiness of the wicked, right?
Craftiness of the wicked, man.
But we gotta understand there's two sides to this thing. Well, not two sides of the craftiness, but two sides of understanding. You got the craftiness of the wicked, of course, right? And then the other side is what? Got to be something by the Most High. All right. So we're gonna start on 1 Corinthians chapter 3. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, man. Because we got to be able to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
We got a filter now, man. My allergies acting up like crazy. We gotta
Probably put a new
filter.
filter
We
in
gotta
there.
have a new filter one day. I'm gonna try to get Raj to put one, man.
Check the size. We can do it. Yeah.
Serious.
1 Corinthians chapter
what?
3 and verse 19, right? Craftiness of the wicked. Get this to understand and to be able to, like some of people say third eye, but it's really a spiritual eye, man. And what's that spirit? It's the course of the law, but you got to use wisdom, man. Right? To discern things. And that's wisdom of the Most High, not our own wisdom that we think that we know, man.
Right.
Right? So 1 Corinthians chapter 3, we're going to start at chapter 3, verse 19.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19.
Right.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
You see that? That's why I started right there, man. Because we got to understand. Read that again.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
So the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So we know the Most High is a chosen people, right? And also there's nations with the other nations, 17 other nations that he created. But the point is the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. And we're going to get into, like, again, the class about the craftiness of the wicked. But we understand that wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, man. So all throughout the scriptures, we understand what's taking place by the word of the Most High, right? Not by our own vain opinion, because we know that a lot of things that are going on that don't make any sense. You know, like, again, we got a pagan holiday coming up, Thanksgiving. A lot of us know the root of Thanksgiving, but what we gonna do? Do it anyway, and then look for other areas to make excuses on why we're doing it. You know, we got family getting together. That's the one. That's the main one. And then the backup is for the kids. See, you want to say it's for the family, and then you push it off, or it's for the kids. That goes for the Christmas and the birthdays and all other holidays, Easter egg hunt and pumpkin patch for your Halloween.
Yeah,
you just steady keeping the lie going. Yeah, and that's the craftiness of the wicked. But our people done jumped on board. Mm-hmm. But it's high time for you to come back out of these European customs and come back to your heritage.
Right.
All right. But go ahead and read that again.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
You understand? It's foolishness. Mm-hmm. All these pagan holidays, everything that pagan put in front of us is foolishness. And this is the time that we're living and we're understanding that. Go ahead.
For it is written,
right.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
He take the wise in their own craftiness, right? Because and this wise right here talking about the high and prideful, the real pride. We take them in their own craftiness. Like they think, like let's say for example, some of these heathen nations, they think they're getting away with some understanding. No, the Most High is doing exactly what He wants. He gonna make you crash and burn.
That's right.
He made you to crash and burn.
Right. That's right, bro.
Vessels fitted for destruction. Right, and that's what they call.
Mm-hmm. And they say right there, for it is written, meaning He never changed.
Never changed.
He said it back then in the Old Testament. Anytime you see for it as it is written, that means he said it before, and He's going to continue to say it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
For real, man.
Right. That's it. For it is written. Because we're going to read that about Israel. It's back in Job. This is one piece. And there's some in Psalms. It's all over this Bible. It's going to be a good class. Understanding the craftiness of the wicked, man. Not only how they take place in the earth, but also we're going to give an example of what things that are happening not only with us, two brothers all over the earth.
Right.
You know, with the YouTube, with the wicked devices, right? Periscope, YouTube to begin with, right? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness again, so they think they doing something, they think they get away with something, but the Most High got them on borrowed time, judging His people. He's using the heathen; they're on borrowed time to judge His people, right? So, so from there we got to get wisdom, right? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1 real quick. Let's just touch on how to get wisdom real quick, and we're gonna get into this class. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7.
Right. Right. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
You see that? Wisdom, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Right? We know knowledge is the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. But fools, a fool is someone that don't believe in the Most High. Right? Psalm 14 and 1. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. We understand, like in what's that, First Thessalonians, though, you're not despising. He not despising, don't despise us, but you despise the word of the Most High. Understand that? You're not despising us.
Right.
You despise the words of the Most High. You know, he said, he that despises the word of the Most High, his prayer shall be abomination. Right? So we understand that if you disobeying or not taking heed to the law of the Most High, you just giving yourself a motivational speech.
Right.
You might as well just stand in the mirror and give yourself a pep talk. Right? For fools despise wisdom and instruction. The instruction of what? The laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Right? So from there, let's go to Ecclesiastes. Get some more on that. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Because there's wisdom and knowledge and instruction in the scriptures, man. How to know. Basically. How to get the knowledge. That's the root word of knowledge. Know. Not N-O. K-N-O-W.
Right.
Right? Ecclesiastes 7 verse 25.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 25. I applied mine heart to know and search. To know and to search.
Right.
And to seek out wisdom.
See that? That's what we got to do. Read that from the top again.
I applied mine heart to know.
See that? To know. I just said that. To know, meaning what? Have knowledge. I apply my what? My heart. And what's our heart, brothers and sisters? The mind. Your mind. You use elementary school. Your thinking cap. We remember that, right? I apply my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom. Well, again, where are we going to get that knowledge? Where are we going to seek out wisdom? Where are we going to seek it out at? In the scriptures. Not the dictionary. Not in the public school system. Not in your university. It said the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So the wisdom is in the scriptures. Like I said, well, forget that Bible. Okay, well, person say you believe in God, right? So where are you going to read about him at? You have nowhere else to read. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. None shall want her made. That's it.
Right, bro.
So go ahead, 25 again.
25. I applied mine heart to know and to search.
To search, right?
And to seek out wisdom. And the reason of things.
And getting the understanding, the reason of things, like why things take place, why this, why that. It's through the Spirit of the Most High. Go ahead.
And to know the wickedness of folly.
And to know the wickedness of folly. Again, it's craftiness of the wicked. That's what we're going to get into. Right? And to know the wickedness of folly. The folly is what ignorance, and we call it party and BS. Things that don't matter. Right? Party and BS is a good way of putting it. Right. Folly. Go ahead.
Even of foolishness and madness.
Even of foolishness and madness, man. That goes to Deuteronomy. That's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. All right? We smitten with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, astonishment of the mind. That's the goes for the majority of the children of Israel, man. Right? Foolishness and madness, but now we are living in a time again. We say what? It's not about just getting your knowledge up and your credit score up, brothers and sisters. It's about getting your knowledge up right now, man. That's the time we living in, knowing what's going on. And we're not co-signing the I know spirit. Right? We got a lot of our brothers out there. They know, but if you're saying that, there's a lot of people, yeah, they know, but what are they doing? They ain't doing nothing. They think that's another part of the witchcraft is that we think that once we find out and we know, that's it, you're home free. No, you just getting started. You just getting started, like brother, like you were saying, my priest. You were saying, man, you find out that the Messiah is a so-called black man, you just stop there.
Right.
You just stop there. Once you find out he's a so-called black man, he may be most likely an ancestor of yours. You just stop there. Now you good. Man, that's heavy right there, man. Mm-hmm. That is heavy. So let's get into this verse, Job verse 5. This goes into the wise, like we just read, they're taking the wise in their own craftiness. Right? We're gonna touch on that a little bit, as it is written, like Paul said, right? Mm-hmm. So let's touch on that. Job chapter 5. They're taking the wise in their own craftiness. And we're gonna give a little bit of our own testimony here of what we're dealing right here in Tampa, Florida. This brother's YouTube page has been hit up, and we got the email to confirm it. Yeah, the heathen are hitting up the brother's YouTube pages, letting you know that they coming. Mm-hmm. But then they're gonna hit you with a little corporate email. They ain't letting know, hey, you teaching the truth. We're gonna get you guys. Nah, they ain't gonna come at you like that. Man.
Right.
They ain't gonna come at you like that. They're gonna play the corporate wheel. You're gonna play the corporate. Well, these videos are now appropriate for children and important changes that may impact your monetization and content discoverably are coming. See, they gonna hit you with the little corporate, and we're gonna read that in a little bit. But let's go ahead, Job chapter 5, and we're gonna start at verse 8. Job chapter 5, verse 8.
Job chapter 5, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
I would seek unto the Most High.
Right.
And unto the Most High would I commit my cause.
Again, what's the word of the Most High? In the scripture. That's what we're reading. Go ahead.
Which doeth great things and unsearchable.
And unsearchable.
Marvelous things without number.
You see that? So there's no way that the wickedness of this world can outdo what we say, arms are too short to box with God. Right. Which doeth great things and unsearchable. They talking about they landed on the moon. We just talked about earlier, the Chinese say they landed on the dark side of the moon. Mm-hmm. We right here, and these things are unsearchable. Ain't nobody get out of the firmament. Right? Marvelous things without number. Like again, them sun, moon, and stars. You can't touch that. Can't touch that sun, moon, and stars. Can't stop the rain. You can't dictate when it's going to rain and when it's not.
Right.
Yeah, they play with the weather, but they can't cut off the windows of heaven, man. Right? Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Who giveth rain upon the earth.
You see that? Who give rain upon the earth? The Most High. The heathen can't stop it from raining. Go ahead.
And sendeth waters upon the fields.
Oh, praise. Go ahead.
To set up on high those that be low. That those which mourn may be exalted to safety.
Right. We're talking about who? The children of Israel right here. To set up on high those that be low. Right. That's that going back. That's that we call it changing places. Because we know Deuteronomy 28. Thou shalt be brought down low.
Right.
And the enemy shall be brought above thee on high. Mm-hmm. We know that's that role. This role is going to be reversed. Mm-hmm. Thus saith the Lord, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Who's mourning? The servants of the Most High, not the brothers and sisters out there talking about I know. Right? You're not mourning. You love America. You content. You're comfortable.
Right.
Because you know. Right? Again, we always tell brothers, you think you're free. That's the problem. We think they were free. Now knowing this land of your captivity. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't apply to that. Go ahead, verse 12.
Verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
You see that? That mean what? Everything that they have that these heathens are trying to do, they're not. It's going to shut down. They're not going to be able to stop that 144,000 getting sealed in the kingdom of heaven coming to the earth.
Right.
They're not going to be able to stop that. That's prophecy.
Beautiful.
Right. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Yeah, because these are their wicked devices right now. They're in control of these devices. They can shut the whole thing down right now. Right? But we know that we're living in that time. That time is coming. We're going to get that, right? He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? Meaning this kingdom is not going to continue to rule on. They're not going to continue. I got some of our brothers and sisters too, but some of our brothers are into this thing what's called Old Testament Israelites, right? Where they only believe in the Old Testament. And we say to get an understanding, wisdom, like we're reading, you got to ask the right questions. So if we only gonna believe in the Old Testament, guess what that means, brothers and sisters? Ain't no savior. That means you in captivity forever.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? That don't make no sense. That means we're done for it. And what for repenting for what then? It makes no sense. You got to use wisdom.
Right.
And a lot of these I'm trying to get off the topic. A lot of this stuff like in Isaiah and Psalms talks about a king coming and redeeming his people. Right. You just ignore all that. You say Old Testament only, so who's the redeemer then?
Right, bro.
Our people are bugged out, man.
Right, bro. That is
Old Testament only, man.
That is bugged out, bro.
That makes no sense. That means the heathen finna ride out on us. And they just gonna ride out forever then. What you praying for? For the heathen to let up? All right,
bro. You're right.
So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. Their rulership is coming to an end. Go ahead.
Verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Read that again.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
See that craftiness of the wicked. They're gonna be taken in their own craftiness. Thus saith the Lord. Not saying we didn't write this Bible. Right? These words were written before any of us were born. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. That means what? It's going to come back and bite him in the butt. Like the Messiah said, what can Satan, he said, what if Satan hath enlarged itself? Satan against Satan.
Right. Can Satan cast out Satan?
Right. There you go. Thank you, brother. Can Satan cast out Satan? Right? Go ahead, read on.
And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. And that froward is very prideful and very what's that word? Like a bold, like very like bold.
Right. Ego got an egotistical, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a big ego.
Very controlling with it.
Right.
Froward is carried headlong. Like, I mean, what? They can go head first. They say, don't do what? You got to kill the snake. What you got to do? What?
Cut the head off.
Cut the head off. You know, they're going to be exterminated, man. Thus saith the Lord, Revelations. Right? So, just want to touch on this email from YouTube. And we're just touching on, just one part. There's 3 parts as far as just going into craftiness of the wicked. One part is this YouTube email that we got. And other brothers across the nation got the same email. Even brothers over in London. Right? UK. YouTube email. This impeachment hearing. Everybody heard about that? So-called impeachment hearing. Because we call the TV's an idiot box. Right. And they're public programming. Meaning what? They always got something else going on. They always got something else going on. And what else they got going on? Something called a Patriot Act. I need to Google that and read about it. We're going to bring out a little bit on that. But that Patriot Act is what's really cracking. Not no impeachment.
Right.
That Patriot Act is what's cracking, not the impeachment. That impeachment just they do like the hey over here and then they you know what I'm saying, the little like the magic trick got you focused over here, but over here they got something else going on. It's called the Patriot Act, right? So here I'm gonna read this email real quick and give me Amos chapter 8. Hi, Tampa Israelites, it's from YouTube. Yeah, we got this November 13th. 2019. Hi, Tampa Israelites. Important changes that may impact your monetization and content discoverably are coming. Monetization. We ain't getting paid. See the craftiness? Monetization. Right. We understand some companies, other people are using YouTube and getting paid off it. Not here. We're teaching our history. Our history. Not what you told our kids and told us to my Christopher Columbus discovered America, man. That's his name. This name one. Starting today, all creators are required to tell us if their content is made for kids in order to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and or other applicable laws. We're teaching our history. Yes, our kids are gonna know our history, and yes, it's good for kids. What you say, right? It's our history.
That's right, man. That's right.
Right. Okay. We, depending on the amount of made for kids content on your channel, you can set your audience at either the channel level or the video level. For those who are setting at the channel level, just hit one click. All these changes are required as part of a settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and NY Attorney General, and will help you comply with the Children's Online Privacy Act. Yeah, okay. And we know that these changes won't be easy for some creators. Yeah, your pedophilia. What about the pornography? That's what you need to be worried about. And that this required change is going to take some time getting used to. But these are important steps to take to ensure compliance with the law. Whose law? We're dealing with the laws of the Most High. The Bible you swear on. Your judges, your police officers, your firemen, you attorney generals. Who are the children of Israel? Yeah, see, that's the problem. You've been lying too long and the cat is out of the bag. Please read more below to understand your legal obligations and the impact these choices may have on your channel. I'm not reading the rest of this crap. Y'all get the point. You see, that's crafty counsel. You're teaching our history. Our history is a problem in a place that, real quick, let me just read this one. It's a problem in a place where right here, Habakkuk chapter, no. I'm trying to find that 1, 2, and 12. No. Whoa, they can build a town with blood.
Yeah, that's Habakkuk.
I thought it was Habakkuk.
What is it, Micah?
Yes. Habakkuk 2 and 12. See, this is the problem. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Woe to him. Who is him? The Edomites. You Europeans. You wicked. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. We ain't talking about just one little town. We ain't talking about Tampa. This is a country. You build a town with blood. Again, this is the history of Thanksgiving. Just so happened coming up your pagan Thanksgiving tomorrow. Woe to him. Woe means destruction, brothers and sisters. Death. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. How was America built? We know the history, but we want to ignore it, right? And established a city by iniquity. Rape, rob, and murder. Exodus 8, if you kill a man, or you be found in your hands, and you selleth him, you shall be put to death. All right, so go ahead, Amos. We're talking about this YouTube and what's taking place. Because not only our channel, we got this email, but other brothers, other congregations, channels have been taken down. And they had to get new channels. Yes. So go ahead, Amos chapter 8, verse 11.
Amos 8 and 11. Behold,
right?
The days come, saith the Lord God.
Saith the Most High. See, he's using them to carry out his will. So we ain't worried. We know this Jacob trouble. We see more prophecy coming to pass. All praises. That's what we're saying. All praises. We ain't upset.
Right.
Read that again.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God.
Saith who?
Saith the Most High.
Right, we know it's the Most High, not you crafty, I want to say bastards. Go ahead.
That I will send a famine in the land.
Right.
Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water.
Right, so we understand what that famine is. A famine in the land of what? Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water. So we ain't talking about food. We talking about this living word of the Most High. Right? The Messiah said, man shall not live by bread and water alone, but by every word that come out of the mouth of the Most High. Right? We call this our daily bread. Right? So Not famine of bread, nor of thirst, but what?
Not famine of word, nor not famine of. I'm sorry about that. Not famine of bread, nor thirst
Right.
for water,
Right?
but of hearing the words of the Most High.
But of what?
But of hearing the words of the Most High.
So understand that. We're going to get in a time where, look, see this, how we on Periscope and YouTube? Ain't going to be none of this. Where the hearing of the words of the Lord. That means studying, getting an understanding, watching videos, going to class, congregating together. When that famine of the word hit, we're not going to be able to do this. So whatever you know, that's it. You done. You ain't going to be no more to learn. You might be able to read your Bible at your own home, but ain't no gathering together trying to get no understanding. Whatever understanding you got, that's it. That's it. That's what the time that we're getting into. Hearing the word of the Lord, but of hearing the word of the Most High. That's the famine of the word. That's what we're getting into. By doing it, we see in the beginning, it's starting off with what? YouTube, social media. You know, this truth is coming out. So they got us now. It's now all of a sudden now we got to censor. Now we got to start censoring, right? Go ahead, verse 12.
Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east.
Right.
They shall run to and fro.
See, all over the place. That's throughout the earth. That ain't talking about just America right there. Right. Sea to sea, from the north even to the east. That gives us understanding. No, I ain't gonna say that. From north even to the east, they shall run to and fro, trying to get some understanding, trying to know what the hell's going on. Ain't no more YouTube videos.
Right.
Ain't no more gathering with brothers. Ain't no brothers on the corner no more. Read.
To run to and fro, to seek the word of the Most High.
To do what?
To seek the word of the Most High. And shall not find it.
And shall not find it. You ain't gonna be able to find it. Because while the Valley of Dry Bones were being awakened, while brothers on the street corners, while videos were out, while brothers doing flyer missions, I know, I'm good, I'm straight, I'm black, it's my birthday, I got money, I'm free. Yeah, all that's gonna come. You ain't gonna be able to go to the ATM. You ain't gonna be able to swipe your card.
Right, bro.
Yeah. See, we don't see our people. We think that we just gonna cross that bridge when it comes. No, you're not. Not this one.
Right, bro.
You ain't gonna be able to cross this one when it comes.
Right, bro. I can get a precept with that.
Yes, sir. Bring it
up. Same thing. 2 Ezra 5. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. The famine of the word is going to hit, man. And it's around the time of everything. Perilous times going to be going on, too. They're going to be dying for this word, man.
Right.
They will start at 1. I started at 1.
2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number.
Right, they shall be taken in great number. Go ahead.
And the way of truth shall be hidden. And the land shall be barren of faith.
Of faith, right? The word shall be hidden and the land shall be barren of faith, right? Drop down the, but then no, go ahead, read 2 real quick.
All right, verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest.
You see that? Iniquity shall be increased above, but now that which thou seest. We think it's hard now. Man, it's going down, man. And the word ain't going to be, we ain't going to be on the corners. Like brother said, go ahead.
Or that thou hast heard long ago.
Or that thou hast heard like the wars long ago. Jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet. And all friends shall destroy one another.
Right, it's going to be turmoil. Go ahead.
And then shall wit hide itself.
Right, wit, meaning understanding. Hide itself, man. The knowledge of the Most High's word, read.
And understanding withdraw itself.
Right.
Into his secret chamber.
Right, now drop, it's drop down to 11. There you go.
In verse 11. One land also shall ask another, and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous? Gone through thee. And it shall say, no.
Right, and land, that's that north, east, south, and west, right? You know what I'm saying? I should have read 10 too, because that's the same thing. And should be sought of many, and yet not be found.
Right.
And then shall uprightness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All praise, man. Beautiful precept there, bro. Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh, it said unrighteousness. I said uprightness.
Unrighteousness, right.
Right.
So, okay. All praise, man. So from there, let's go to Psalm chapter 10. See, this is how these and how they move, man, right? Psalm chapter 10 gonna give us a little inkling of how these other nations, how these heathen move, man. How they the craftiness of the wicked. How crafty they are, man. Psalms chapter 10, and we can start at verse 1.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 1.
Right.
Why standest thou afar off, O Most High?
And see, again, I'm real quick. This is David complaining to the Most High of the outrage of the wicked. They just running amok. Mm-hmm. So the Most High, so David's like, why standest thou far off, O Lord? Like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Why you just giving them so much rope? Right? Go ahead.
Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?
Right, because we crying out to you, Most High. We need you. These heathens are running amok again. Go ahead.
The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor.
Right, the wicked. We know who that is. We're going to read more on that too. We're going to go to Malachi. Go ahead.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
See that? We just read that earlier. They're going to be taken in their own craftiness, right? Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Mm-hmm. See, because again, we say the YouTube, the internet was made for business and this and that, right? Now it's biting them in the ass. Mm-hmm. Now the internet is being used for the truth coming out. Now again, it's biting them. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Mm-hmm. Well, first and foremost, who created the internet and the computer? They stole that from us,
right?
Our ancestors, to do their own thing. Now look how it's going. Now it's coming back around. Yeah, like Ezra said, that he liked his judgment as a ring. Mm-hmm. What goes around,
come right down.
All praises. Go ahead, verse 3.
Verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire.
See that? That's that forward that we were just talking about. He boasts of his own heart's desire. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Make America great again. Right. Yeah, right.
Right.
America's finished. America's on his last leg.
Right.
Go ahead.
And blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
And we know who that is. Go ahead.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High.
Of course not. No, he's wicked. He's the left hand side. Mm. He's the Most High sword. Go ahead.
Right. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
It never has been. Read.
His ways are always grievous.
No, sometimes.
His ways are always grievous.
Always grievous, man. I seen one one thing, people always pull out their smartphones and recording the cops and stuff. This one dude, polite, you know what I'm saying? Cop asked him for his license. He pulled his license out, had it up like this, like dude, hold it, pull that up like you give me your license. Did him like that, bro.
Really?
I'm like, damn, y'all just snatched it from him. Dude was just cool, like, man, how you just snatched him? Like, shut up.
Oh man,
they off the chain, man. Go ahead. Verse 5.
They ready. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous.
See, what we gotta understand real quick too is that police are being militarized. Yes, and not just here in America, all over the country, they're being militarized because that's why they're so aggressive, because they know there ain't gonna be no kickback. Okay, you might get suspended, move you to another department, paid leave. Nothing's gonna happen to them. Mm-hmm. They know this. Go ahead.
Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Yeah, because he ain't being judged right now. He's been just getting away. He think we know it through the scriptures that the heathen's running up a tab, but he think he getting away with this. Go ahead.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
You see that? Like snatch his license from him.
Yeah.
See, all and very prideful and boastful. They can't wait to pull you over. They're just very, very. They're overly aggressive now, man.
Right.
Thanks to your your so-called our so-called president, right? And that make America great again. Our people need to pay attention to the signs. Go ahead.
He hath said in his heart,
Right.
I shall not be
You
moved.
see that? Like, who shall bring me down? Like an Obadiah. I shall not be moved. I'm going to continue to ride out on you Negroes and Spicks, right? Go ahead.
For I shall never be an adversary.
See, this is pride of his
And
heart.
adversity.
And adversity, right? I shall never be in adversity. Never going to be tried. Never going to be afflicted. Never going to be oppressed. Never got to worry about no backlash.
Right. He finna ride out.
You just gonna keep, like, again, that's for you Old Testament Israelites. See what I'm saying? That mean he gonna ride out then if you Old Testament only.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't want that.
Right.
You ask the Old Testament, y'all don't want that. You want a savior, but you're gonna deny him, right? Go ahead.
His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Now we understand what this mean, cursing. This ain't using a bad word.
Right.
This ain't that bad word right here.
Right.
This is, his people will get 6-month probation. You looking at 50 years.
Right. Right. Right.
That's what this is right here. Unfair, unrighteous judgment. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's right, man. And deceit and fraud.
That's deceit and fraud, man. We talked about taxes and insurance.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man. Insurance.
They go to, like my brother always said, okay, if you've been paying car insurance for 10 years and you never had a car accident or never, where that money at?
Right, man.
Where's the money at? Go ahead.
Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Always been from day one. Job 9:24. Earth given to the hand of the wicked. Go ahead.
He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
And we ain't talking about the suburbs. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
He sitteth in the lurking place of the villages. Where? In the hood.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he at.
Right.
He's not in the suburbs. He on the beach.
Right, bruh.
Because it said lurking. Understand? We got to pay attention to these words. He's sitting in the lurking places in the hood.
Right. Taking
Right.
pictures. They be doing on the bill of case up on
Yes.
you before they hit you.
Yes.
He always in the hood.
Lurking. That's the key. Lurking. Go ahead.
He is in the
8.
verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Right?
In the secret places doeth he murder the
You
innocent.
see that? The hands up, no shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Right? He said, hold that. Let's go to I need Zechariah 11:5 right now. Zechariah 11:5. Let's get that real quick. Because what that say? He in the secret places doeth he what? Murder the innocent. Zechariah 11 verse 5.
This is Zechariah verse 11 verse 5.
Chapter 11 verse 5, right.
Chapter 11 verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
See, it said whose possessor, saying who's in the possession of America? So-called blacks and Hispanics. The hidden ones, wearing European last names, speaking English and Spanish. We're the possession. Right? Whose possessors slay them and do what?
And hold themselves not guilty.
Slay them, meaning murder, and hold themselves what? Not guilty. With case after case after case. Go ahead.
And they that sell thee say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
See that? He's saying, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Why? Because he continues to get away with it. And he thinks his kingdom is going to continue to roll on. So he think, now you want to say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. We just read in Psalms, God is not in all his thoughts.
Right.
But on the money, what they say?
Right. God,
In God we
bless, in God we trust.
In God we trust on the money.
In
But
God
do not trust in the Most High. Right? So, and they say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. That's what they say. But they ain't really praying to the Most High. And what's the point? Go ahead.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
See, that's the sad part. Their own shepherds, meaning their own people. Their so-called leaders, your Al Sharptons, your Jesse Jacksons. Right? Their own people, their own leaders pity them not. Look at even the ones that are supposedly in their prime. Let's say you got your T.D. Jakes and your Creflo Dollar. Right? And then now some of our people think that our rappers or entertainers are our leaders. So you got your Jay-Z and your Kanye West, man. Kanye done went full-fledged Christianity. You know he got a check. Right? Their own shepherds pity them not. He said, man, that slavery was a what he said? Kanye said slavery was an option. It was an option. He said you had an option. Well, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go on slavery, or I'm gonna just take the kingdom. Nah, we can go with slavery. See, he's an idiot, man. Our own shepherds pity them not. We don't give a damn about the hood. But what he said a while ago, George Bush don't like black people. What happened to that, Kanye? All right, go back to let's go back to Psalm chapter 10.
Psalm chapter 10,
right, and verse. Yeah, we read 8 again.
Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Mm-hmm.
In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Right, we know who that is. Have you ever seen a Chinese boy get murked down the street by the cops? Arab kid? No. Go ahead.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Or only on them. That's who they prey upon. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Uh-huh.
He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
That's what he does. And he's doing it right now. You go in any hood right now. You see him? Go ahead.
He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Right. You best believe every day a so-called black or Hispanic man then got caught when he draws himself to the net. Every day, one of our so-called black Hispanic man then got arrested for some BS.
Right.
Or shot down for some BS. Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself,
Uh-huh.
that the poor man may fall by his strong ones.
Right.
He has said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten.
You see that? Most High done forgotten, man. We've been doing this for so long, man. We're going to keep riding. You see that? For our Old Testament Israelites, God hath forgotten. So now what? Go ahead.
He hideth his face. He will never see it.
See, that's what they think about the Most High. Not knowing everything is being court, you're on borrowed time. We just read that. Y'all on borrowed time. So-called heathen. Right? So who is this wicked actually? Let's get an understanding of who is the wicked. Let's go to Malachi chapter 1. You know understanding who the wicked is, man. Because we know someone can be wicked by what? Eating swine. We understand that. Because Ezekiel said, if y'all don't warn the wicked of his wicked ways. So who we talking about? Our people? Who is this wicked right here that David was talking about in Psalms right here? All right, so we can go to Malachi chapter 1. We're going to understand who this wicked is, man. The craftiness of the wicked. You understand the wicked? You understand Israel these words. The wicked and a wicked act. These are different. It's a difference. Yes, eating swine, or woman wearing pants, man shaving his head. These are wicked acts. But who's the wicked? Malachi chapter 1, verse 1.
Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel, to Israel, by Malachi.
All praise. Go ahead.
I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord?
So Malachi saying, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Because again, like David was saying in Psalms, crying out to the Most High, captivity after captivity after captivity. So again, he not questioning the Most High. He's pouring out to the Most High, crying. We call crying in prayer, not boo-hoo crying. He's crying in prayer. Go ahead.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob.
Okay.
And I hated Esau.
We understand that. That's written in Romans chapter 3. Paul said the same thing. Go ahead. This is what Paul was quoting it from. Matter of fact, in Romans chapter 3, it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau hate. He's talking about, he's quoting Malachi. Go ahead.
Right. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So see, that's Esau's heritage. Read verse 3 again.
And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste.
And his mountains and his where he lived and his heritage, because he ain't got no heritage. He said that's why he done stole everybody else's heritage.
Right.
You want to be the Indian? You want to be what? Three Musketeers? Go ahead. What's I know you know more.
Right. The last samurai. Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What else you want to be? He just want to be everything,
He want to be
man.
Samson.
Right.
Of course, the Mashiach. He want to be Moses. He done took all the biblical figures.
Right, man.
You 300.
Right.
The last of the Mohican.
The last of the Mohican.
You done stole everybody's heritage, man. Right? Not only good more into history, they done stole the they stole the Greeks.
Right.
They stole the Greeks and the what's the other one? The Greeks and the Turks.
Oh yeah.
They stole the Greeks and the Turks' identity. They were so-called melanated people.
Right.
Yeah, that's another class. But I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. That's all they are. Desolate wilderness. They have no heritage. That's why they cleave to everybody else. Steal your heritage and then here, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's just what happened. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Verse 4. Here's the point.
Verse 4, whereas Edom said...
Who saith?
Edom said,
Okay.
we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
See, that we were trying to build. This is their conquering. This is their whitewashing renaissance. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Thus said the Lord of hosts. That's the army of Israel. Go ahead.
they shall build, but I will throw down.
See what the Most High said? They gonna build. So hey, the earth give hand and wicked. They're gonna build. They don't borrow time, brothers and sisters. So they gonna build, but I will throw it down. Has he threw down yet? No, but we know the time is coming. All praise. Go ahead.
And they shall call them
Call them what?
the border of wickedness.
The what?
The border of wickedness.
Y'all gotta understand it. Read that one more time.
The border of wickedness.
What's a border? What is a border? That's a beginning and an end. He said, they shall build, I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Who is that? He said the wicked, the Esau, is the border of wickedness. That's the beginning and the ending of what? Wickedness. So who's the wicked? The Edomites. Okay? The border of wickedness, read on.
And the people.
No, and the one person. And just
the
Esau.
people.
No, just Esau.
And the people.
That
against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
No, just for a little while.
Forever.
He got indignation for them forever. So has God forgotten? Most I ain't forgotten them, y'all. Again, that's why we say, Nathan, you're just running up a tab.
Right.
You're just running up the tab because we say, what, that cup has to pass. Who they got to get that cup, man? They got to get that cup.
Gotta get it.
They got to get that cup. Right? Okay, so from there, let's go back to Psalms. No, we're good with that. We're good with there. So, let's go to, there's a little more in Psalm chapter 2. Psalms chapter 2.
That thing's serious too. You ain't even gonna see the cup being passed. You just gotta take it.
Yeah.
You just gotta
take
it. Woo. I bet everybody thinking like, oh, is everybody gonna? This black guy's gonna walk around and make us drink out of a cup? What if we don't want to drink it? You're gonna have to. It's a spiritual cup.
Yeah.
You gonna drink it.
Right. You got no choice but to drink this cup.
2 what?
2. We're gonna start at verse 1 through 4.
All right. Psalm. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. Why doeth the heathen rage? And why the people imagine? Salakia, y'all. It says, why doeth the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing?
That's a question. Why did the heathen rage? See, David, you know what I'm saying? I saw King David was saying the same thing. Why the heathen, oh Lord, they continue to just reign. It seemed like they reign supreme. Ain't no supreme, you know what I'm saying? But they just going on and on. So why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? It means nothing. You know, vanity, vain means nothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
So you know that goes to Psalm 83 right there, the crafty counsel. Go ahead.
Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
That's how they handle it. That's how they've been handling us throughout history. Go ahead.
He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
See that? We know that's we know that's taking place right now. Most guys just sitting back. Okay, I'm letting y'all. Y'all again. He's their sword. I gotta get that.
Right, you gotta get that. Man.
I gotta get that. See, the Most High.
It's in Psalms.
Yeah, I got it right here. Psalms chapter 17, verse 13.
Right.
Because the Most High, He creates evil and the good, right? So for the heathen to rage and continue to go on like this, we just read that in Psalm chapter 2. It says, he sitteth in the heavens, and he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Who they talking about? The Most High. Mm-hmm. The Lord shall have them in derision. He got them in derision. Thinking they just reign about understanding. He's using them. Because again, like we say all the time, man, the Most High is not finna come down here and be, hey sister, hey brother. He's not. That's not finna happen. He gonna use any and everything. And we see it happening, but who's taking heed? Right? Psalm chapter 17, verse 13.
Psalm 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord. Mm-hmm. Disappoint him. Cast him down.
Right.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
From who?
From the wicked.
From the wicked. We just read border of wickedness. The Edomites, the heathen nation. Go ahead.
Which is thy sword.
Which is who?
Which is thy sword.
See, the wicked is the Most High sword. He's the Most High sword. Like when moms used to go get that extension cord. Or go get that belt. The heathen is the Most High sword. See, brother, why we getting shot down the street? Why is all happening this? The Most High trying to get you so-called blacks and Hispanics attention, man. He's using them to get your attention. You still won't read. All you gotta do is read. You'll find out what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm. And he's just going throughout the land, devouring everything right now. The sword having a good time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, because he was given, he was given this.
Right. Earth
is given to the hand of the wicked. Right? So from there,
they think they doing it all on their own, man. They really think they going, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High laughing them, got them in derision. Man, y'all think y'all do, I'm letting y'all do this. You know what I'm saying? To get them, because he did say that in around the time of Moses. Remember he said, I will make you jealous with a nation, I will make you jealous. Y'all make me jealous, I will make you jealous with a nation it's somewhere in Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but yeah, that's beautiful, man.
All right, let's go to Sirach 42.
Sword, man. Sirach chapter 42. Mm-hmm. And what?
We just talking about the Most High again. Sirach 42 verse 18. We just read like he did what? He sitteth up in the heavens and laughing. Mm-hmm. Right? Go ahead, verse 18. Sirach 42, 18.
Sirach 42 verse 18. He seeketh out the deep and the heart. Mm-hmm. And considereth their crafty devices.
He considered their crafty devices. Right? Crafties are the wicked. It's their crafty devices. Because we use them. There is a wicked device, but we use it in what? For history to share and reach our people, man. We in righteousness, right? That's what we use these devices for, right? And consider their crafty devices. Go ahead.
For the Lord knoweth all things that may be known, mm-hmm. and he beholdeth the signs of the world.
Right. He beholdeth the signs. That's why, again, we tell you what, study, pay attention, watch, pay attention to the times, read. Hear my word. When you say hear my word, what is that talking about? Reading, getting some understanding. Right? For the Lord knoweth all that may be known, and he beholdeth the signs of the world. Mm-hmm. So I just want to touch on that because it's telling us, and considereth their crafty devices, man. The Most High knows what's going on. Nothing going in secret, man. We just read what they're talking about. The God has not judged us. Well, there is no God. And then saying, oh, thank the Most High because we are rich. Like on the money, it says, in God we trust. We know that's not taking place at all. The Heavenly Father's not dealing with them. He's their sword. Vessel fit for destruction. Let's get that real quick.
Can I just read that last one? 20 real quick. Let me just drop down to 20 real quick. No thought escapeth him.
Right.
Neither any word is hidden from him.
Oh, praises.
All right. They can't think, you know what I'm saying? Anything they can just sit there and just try to think it. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is irrelevant,
It's
man.
irrelevant. It is. It is. Okay, all praises, man.
Let's go to what they call it, a think tank. Yeah, think tank teams. Think tank. Get out of here.
Right. All right, let's go to that one in Romans chapter 9, 21. Just because they're what? They're vessels. Just want to get that other one too.
Romans 9:21.
Romans 9:21. Yeah.
All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor
Right.
and another unto dishonor?
Right, that's a question, right? Have not the potter power over the clay? Who's the potter? The Most High. Power over the clay, right? Because he's the maker, right? Go ahead.
What if God,
Right.
willing to show his wrath
Uh-huh.
and to make his power known,
Right.
endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath?
See that? To make his power known. That's the point. To make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath, read,
Fitted to destruction.
fitted for what?
Fitted to
See,
destruction.
that's how we said we don't borrow time. Right? Vessel unto dishonor is a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. Fitted for destruction, man. So yeah, craftiness of the wicked. Yeah, on borrowed time. Yeah, you on borrowed time. Straight like that. You just straight on borrowed time, man. So from there, now let me get on this about this impeachment hearing. Right? We already know what is it. Like we talked about earlier, man. Okay, impeachment, okay, whatever. Now, one thing we gotta understand is, these heathens, they're on one accord. They'll argue on TV. Right? They'll argue on TV, but they're on one accord, man. Don't get it twisted, man. Right? So this impeachment thing, because we were talking about, if there was something really, really wrong with this so-called president in America, what would happen to him?
He would have been murdered. I mean, assassinated.
Right.
I'll
See,
say it that way.
that's the hood term of, murk, short for murdered, assassinated. Right. But, did that happen? No. So, TV, what we call public programming, we call the idiot box, is used to what? Program the public. Right? Program your public. So, what they do is, the nation's in uproar. The people are pissed off. So we got to do something. We got to give him something.
Right.
Impeach him. His term is up, man. In what, by 6 months?
Right.
You guys, look, man. Impeachment hearing. And they just playing the violin. They having all kind of recesses and hearings, and hearing moved to this date, and it's shown live TV. Hey, man, Lamentations 4:17. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17.
Every time with it, man. Every time they get our people with it.
They get us every time, man. Because just earlier this year, it was what? Reparations. What happened?
Yeah. Nobody talking about that.
What happened to the reparations bandwagon? Huh? What happened?
Right.
Now, so we finna impeach him. Oh, man, you guys, our people, we're still, I'm saying we, because we're Israelites also. We're still drinking the Kool-Aid. We're still falling for the banana in the tailpipe, man. Lamentations 4:17, man.
Lamentations. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Right.
As for us,
you so-called blacks, Hispanics, the children of Israel, us, that's possessive. Read.
our eyes as yet fell for our vain help.
Help. We just looking for help. We just want some help. No justice, no peace. Hands up, don't shoot. Reparations. Impeachment. Go ahead.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
In our watching, what we doing? Watching damn TV. That's all we do. Heavenly Father said, watch the signs and the times and read this and get an understanding, come back to your heritage. But we want to watch damn TV and the radio, right? And love and talking about impeachment now. Like I just asked earlier, I was like, what happened to the reparations they were talking about 6 months ago? Now all of a sudden we're impeached. We're talking about an impeachment now. But just 6 months ago, it was reparations. What happened?
Right.
That just shows our people, we're just all over the place, man. And between the reparations and the impeachment, it was a damn chicken sandwich.
Right,
we destroyed, man.
Right, man. It's sad. I know I ain't trying to laugh, but
It's just, I know. We laugh just a little because it's just like, wow, that's what's called an astonishment.
Right.
Thou shalt become an astonishment. Deuteronomy 28. We say who identifies with the Israelites? is the people that identify with Deuteronomy chapter 28 by the seed of the Father. Everybody don't fit that. So just read. They say, well, how's if a black man put in a book? It's your history. Right? Read Lamentations 4:17 one more time.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. They have wandered.
17.
17. I'm
4,
sorry
17.
about that. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help.
We have failed for our vain help. Again, no justice, no peace. Hands up, don't shoot. We're going to vote. And we want reparations. Now we want impeachment.
Right. Justice or else.
Justice or else. For you so-called Islam brothers. Now what? Or else. That was 2015. What happened? Right. For some of you brothers, so-called, your Farrakhan, he's a so-called white man. He has he's a German Jewish father, man.
That's right.
That's why he's pushing Islam and he's still breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And we just talked about assassination. So if you're not assassinated, what that mean? That means you're going along to get along.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of so-called Negroes lost in Islam, man, and the Edomites love it. That's your Psalms 83.
Right.
Crafty counsel, right? As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. Read on.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
See, in our watching, we have watched for a nation, for this so-called USA, for that could not save us. This is what we're watching. We're watching for that. Again, voting and watching TV and wanting to know what's going on. CNN, ABC, right? That's what we're watching for. Talking about voting again. But the Heavenly Father, how did He tell us to watch? In the Scriptures, man. Right. So from there, let's go to what we got to do. Let's go to let's just touch on a little bit. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 3:31. These are the one that we're familiar with. We go to Proverbs 3:31, and we're gonna jump over to Psalms 83, and then we're gonna get into this Patriot Act. Y'all need to know what that is, man.
Right. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Right.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
See that? We know who the oppressor is. Envy that your so-called friendly neighborhood white man and all the other nations. The Chinese man feeding you cat, rat, and dog. The Arab man that'll feed you swine and he won't eat it. Right? So do what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
That goes into your Thanksgiving also. Our people get ready for Thanksgiving. I got my turkey, my ham, family coming in.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Envy thou not the oppressor. That's a European custom. That's why I tell people, just to try to get at least a hope that triggers a thought. It's a European custom. They still don't get it, man. Envy thou not the oppressor, and what?
And choose none of his ways.
Some of his ways.
None of his
No,
ways.
we're going to vote and get a new president.
None of his
He
ways.
said none of his ways. Heavenly Father told us that we should be have set a king over us, over our own people. We know that ain't happening in the so-called in the United States of America.
Right.
So that means what? Stay away from the voting polls. Chinese man ain't running to the polls.
Right.
You don't never see the Chinese man with no sticker. I voted. Or the Arab man, he ain't got that I voted sticker. I voted. Did you? They don't. Why? What's going on?
That's right, bro.
You know. So from there, let's go to Psalms 83. Let's just touch on that a little bit. Psalms 83. Psalm chapter 83, man. We like to call this chapter the United Nations, man. Because you know there's 18 nations, but one of those nations ain't in the UN. They don't have a seat. That's the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead, verse 1.
The Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Mm-hmm.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my Most High.
Okay, see this Asaph crying out to the Most High. Hold not thy peace, O God. You know? Keep not silence. This wickedness going on earth. This wicked man has ran or is running amok.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
All right, the enemy make a tumult, crafty counsel.
and they that hate thee have lift up the head.
Lift up and meaning prideful. They that hate thee. So these other nations hate the Most High. Why? Because He ain't chose them. And it's in their spirit, whether they know it or not. It's in their spirit to naturally hate the children of Israel. Even not knowing that they're not chosen. They naturally hate us. It's in their spirit. Mm-hmm. Right? Thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lift up their head. Again, they can't do nothing to the Most High, but they can what? Get to His children. That's what we're dealing with. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
That's the point. Craftiness of the wicked. They've done what?
Taking crafty counsel against thy people.
Against thy people, the Heavenly Father, your people, God.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
We're the hidden ones. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, that's some crafty counsel right there. Of 17, I gotta tell our brothers and sisters, Most High created 18 nations, and we belong to one of them, right? So that means, he said, that our enemies make us to most. That means what? We got 17 other nations that are enemies. 17 other nations that are your enemies, brothers and sisters. That's what we gotta understand. So that's why we're like, why are we in this condition? You got 17 nations of enemies that consulted together before you were born. I mean, my goodness, man. I'm surprised that some of us even breathing right now.
Right, bro. For one for the Most High.
For one for the Most High, man. Right? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more from it. And they achieved that. That's why First Thessalonians said there shall be a falling away first. This is what that's talking about. Children of Israel forgetting who they are. Talking about African American, Jamaican, Cuban, the list goes on. Right? Verse 5.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Crafty.
They are confederate against thee.
They all formed up against, even though the Chinese man hates the Arab man and the Arab man hates, even though they really don't even get along with each other. But when they come to that UN, they come to that round table, they're going to keep their foot on these so-called blacks and Hispanics, man. Prisoners of war, right? Let's keep knocking off their men, raising their women up, right? That's what we talked about.
That's Confederate, that rebel flag. They call it the Confederate flag, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they have rebelled against Mohawk. Their rightful place was what? As servants.
Servants.
You know what I'm saying? Under his chosen people.
Right.
They rebelled.
Right. So I'll just one verse jumped out. Consulted against thy hidden ones. Let's touch on that. Who are these hidden ones? Isaiah 42.
Isaiah 42.
Yep. And then we're gonna touch on this Patriot Act, and that's gonna be about it. Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. They have consulted against thy hidden ones.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22.
Oh, let's
Start at
jump.
21?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep.
Verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake.
All praise me. You know, righteousness is what? God's law, statutes, commandments. All right, Deuteronomy 6:25. Go ahead.
He will magnify the law.
He will do what?
He will magnify the law.
Right, so we know that again. That's why we say they're on borrowed time, because the law ain't really being magnified right now in all of the earth, but it's coming out. Right? Go ahead.
And make it honorable.
And make it honorable. I mean, and that's gonna be what? That's gonna be forever. This ain't gonna have no ending right here.
Right.
Right? Ain't gonna be no ending to this kingdom right here. When the kingdom come to the Most High, it's gonna be honorable forever and ever. That's why we say the kingdom of heaven is righteousness forever. I love saying that, man.
Right.
Go ahead, verse 22.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
So a people robbed and spoiled. Talking about the hidden ones. This is a people robbed and spoiled. Why are we robbed? Robbed of your nationality, robbed of your language, robbed of your homeland, robbed of everything. We want 40 acres of a mule, then we want reparations.
Yeah.
You've been robbed of everything. So you go, okay, you get 40 acres, you get reparations, but you're still black. Right? You say African American, right? Come on. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Snared in holes. Let me get an understanding. Go ahead.
And they are hid in prison houses.
See, snared in holes and hid in prison houses. So we understand what's going to prison. And the holes are still here in America. You hidden. How you hidden? European last name, speaking English and Spanish. You're 3/5 of a human on the books to this day. Why they won't go to the Constitution and change that?
Right.
See, they ain't gonna touch that though, huh? Why not? No justice, no peace. We need to all come together. Okay, fix that in that Constitution then. See that? They are all of them snared in holes and are hid in prison houses. Talking about the children of Israel. Go ahead.
They are for a prey.
We just read that in Psalms. They are of what?
For a prey. And none delivereth.
And none delivereth. But who? We read that in that's in what? The Deuteronomy 28:68. And no man shall buy you or redeem you out of his captivity. But the Most High said He gonna send His Son in Luke chapter 1. Right? And none delivereth. Read.
For a spoil, and none saith restore.
See that? So who this talking about right here? Who these hidden ones right here? It says, but for this is a people robbed and spoiled. Who that fit? The children of Israel, man. So we know who the hidden ones are. Just want to bring that out, man. So now this Patriot Act, right? Which just a YouTube email that all the brothers dealing with. Impeachment hearing, right? the impeachment hearing. But what's the reason for the impeachment? What's behind the scenes of the impeachment hearing? The Patriot Act. I'm gonna read this thing, man. The Patriot Act. Let's read a little about this thing. I gotta hurry up too. My phone about to die. Boom. The Patriot Act definition. Here we go. And we got to understand the history of this. The U.S. Patriot Act is an act of the United States Congress that was signed into law by George Bush in 2001, October. Right after what? September 11. September and October, he hit you with old Patriot Act. Okay? Now, what does the Patriot Act do? Let me get into that. Let me see. Boom. The Patriot Act violates the Constitution in several ways. Did y'all hear that? The Patriot Act violates the Constitution in several ways. So we passed a law that violates the Constitution. See, we don't read it. We read. Violates the Constitution in several ways. It violates the Fourth Amendment, which says the government cannot conduct a search warrant without obtaining, let me say it again, which says the government cannot conduct a search without obtaining a warrant and showing probable cause to believe that the person has committed or will commit a crime.
So the Patriot Act violates that, what you just said.
Violates that. They don't need no search warrant. Don't need probable cause. This is what they just passed. Impeach him. We gotta come up off that, okay? Here we go. Two provisions of the USA Patriot Act are unconstitutional because they allow search warrants to be issued without showing of probable cause. See, I'm just reading a little more and more. How does the Fourth Amendment apply? The Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. It requires law enforcement officers to obtain warrants before most searches. So that's what the Fourth Amendment does. That's violated under this Patriot Act right here. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that right there. That's enough.
That's real enough. Good there. That's real good.
That's enough right there. And then you got to Google Patriot Act. Go ahead. It's all there.
Right.
But you got to remember, brothers, it's going to come a time where guess what? We ain't going to be able to read it. Yeah. See, that's what our people think they're going to cross the bridge. How? No, it's going to be a change of time. Like we got to understand. Famine of the word. RFID chip. Jacob's trouble.
And they made up. Man, they put mostly everything on this thing right here, man. Like the little notepad, everybody put everything on the next thing. You know, they just shut everything down, lock them down, man. Like what? You ain't gonna have no information or nothing, man. Yeah. Like, they know what they doing, man.
Let's get down. Let's go to Lamentations 4:18. Let me see. I got another. Let me see. I think I got it. Yeah, this kind of crap right here. This is other stuff that's kind of funny. See, this is funny stuff right here. I call it funny business. We just opened up with funny business. And now y'all might have got this too. Some of y'all. Let me play this real quick.
This is a message from your organization. This is a test of the iPod system.
The hell? Why am I getting this?
This is a message from your organization. This is a test of the iPod system.
This is the test of the iPod.
Your organization, a test of the iPod. What is that?
Oh no. That's crazy.
Lamentations 4:18.
Lamentations chapter 4 verse 18.
And this going into what that Patriot Act. Go ahead.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
You see that? They hunt our steps that we can. That's that. That's the one that goes with that. Remember that that Netflix When They See Us.
Right.
About the what's that? The Harlem Five? What was it called? The Central Park Five.
Central Park 5, right?
With them, yeah, Central Park 5. It's called When They See. The name of of the program is called When They See Us. That's biblical. That's the name of that series. It's called Central Park 5, where these 5 young men were framed and sent to prison, man, for nothing. And guess who endorsed it? With an article in the newspaper, New York Times. Your President Trump said them boys should be put to death. And they were found 15, 20 years later innocent. So read 18 again.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Right. And that's talking about the ghetto, our streets. They ain't talking about suburbs. Go ahead.
Our end is near.
And that end is talking about, ain't talking about that end right there. Our end is near, meaning the Heavenly Father is on his way pretty soon to send his son. Our end is near. That's why you say, brother, said you need to repent, though. If you don't repent, just because you know you don't repent, you finished, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Our days are fulfilled.
What that's talking about? This is the last captivity. Ain't no more captivity after this for the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And wait, for our end is come.
Right, for our end is come. Man, go ahead and read verse 19.
Verse 19, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven.
And that eagles, that's giving us an inkling or a sign. Most High always gives us a sign. What's that animal on the side of that on the back of your quarter? What's that animal on the side of that U.S. mail truck? That eagle. See that? Our persecutors what?
Are swifter than the eagles of heaven.
Right.
They pursued us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness.
See, we just read that in Psalms. What they're talking about? The wicked. Who's the wicked? They said the border of wickedness. That means the beginning and the end of wickedness, because they on borrowed time. Once they're eradicated, what? Righteousness forever after this kingdom. Right? So shoot, man, all praise to the Most High, man. I'm sure some brothers and sisters will edify, man, understanding the craftiness of the wicked, man. You got to be a watchman. Watch the news. Yeah, we got to watch the news. We read the articles, and then what? Read, and then you see, understand what the prophecy, what the scriptures feel in, man. Right? Shoot, so all praises to the Most High, man. Let's close out with Sirach chapter. I want to close out with Sirach chapter 19. Sirach 19 verse 18. Remember 18 and 19.
All right, Sirach 19:18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him.
That's when you understand, brothers. The fear of the Lord. We say it all the time, right, priest? You can't teach the fear of the Lord. So hopefully you got it. All right, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted. See, accepted. You got to be accepted. I know you got to be accepted. Just because you know you're an Israelite, that don't mean nothing. 2/3 got to go, and 1/3 going to be redeemed. So to be accepted of Him. Go ahead.
And wisdom obtaineth His love.
A wisdom obtaining His love. We just read the first scripture. The wisdom of this world is foolishness of the Most High. So wisdom obtaining His love. Coming back to the law, statutes, commandments. Read and get understanding and repenting. Go ahead, verse 19.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
It's the doctrine of life. The doctrine. There's no S on that. The doctrine of life. Not that TV. Not watching the nation. Not begging your oppressor. Go ahead.
And they that do things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
See, that comes with what? Being acceptive of Him, right? So, and they that do things that please Him to be accepted shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. That's everlasting life. Like we tell our brothers and sisters, you got to earn that crown. You got to be accepted of Him. All right? That I know spirit's not enough. That's like, I know I need gas. My light is on, but you don't go to the gas station. You finished. You're on the side of the road. All right? Got to put things in perspective, man. Get people to think, man. You can't get something from doing nothing, man.
You can't.
You know that, right? How you going to get a paycheck if you ain't go to work?
That's right. That's right, bro. That's right, man.
Man, so somebody got edified in this, man, and like I said, we just getting ready to close out, man. And that's it for this class. This our Wednesday class. Your Pagan Wednesday, day 2 of the 10th month, man. Time flies. In the 10th month, the first month of winter, month 10, 11th, and 12th, which is your pagan November, December, December, January, February, right? Pagan. Those 3 months are winter, and we know month 10, 11, and 12 are the winter month of this, amid the months of the winter season. Right, so all praise to the Heavenly Father, man. You're ready to close out and play a little trap for our YouTube. Oh, bam. I mean, Periscope, but that is, I had 1 minute left. It cut off on me. So, hey, Periscope, you get no music night. But, hey, you know, we always jam. So, y'all full of jams. All right? So, until next time, Shalom, grace, and peace. Right? Same time, 2 days from now, same place. Man, y'all see the address? If anybody local want to come get some edification, some daily bread.